Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Chiranjit Mishra and today I'm going to present and discuss the news today items of February 13th. There are 4 main news and 8 quick updates. Let's quickly go through the titles and then we'll discuss news items one by one. The first main news is about MOSPI released Consumer Price Index with base year 2024, which was earlier 2012, now it has been changed to 2024. The second main news is about Niti Aayog, which has released scenarios towards Viksit Bharat and Net Zero Power Report. So what can be done to reach the target of zero emission by 2070? The third main news is about Defense Acquisition Council, which has approved 3.6 lakh crore worth of capital acquisition proposals. Okay, so the first step has been taken into care. Now we'll proceed ahead. The fourth news is also related to Niti Aayog, which is Niti Aayog's Frontier Tech Hub, which has released a roadmap on India's technology services, for example, digital services, data center and all that. What lies ahead? Reimagination ahead, okay? So quick updates. The first quick update is about India's pioneering national biobank for rare lysosomal storage disorders. It is a genetic disorder and it causes rare diseases for which there are no treatments. The second news is about the submission of a substantive motion against the leader of opposition of Lok Sabha for his removal. It has been, the notice has been submitted by an MP. The third quick update is about a rare geological event. A mud volcano erupted in Diglipur, Andaman Islands. Next one, for the first time Indians have invested more in gold ETFs than equity mutual funds. You know, ETFs are derivatives based on real physical gold. So investment in that has actually exceeded that in equity mutual funds, which is a good news. Next news is about the captive breeding of a threatened species, mangrove species, which is called mangrove clam, a type of living organism which is very much similar to that of an oyster, in which pearls are found, and it is edible. It's an animal, okay? Next piece of news is about nature's renewal has slowed down despite rising temperatures. That means the ecological transformations of one species to another, it has slowed down despite a rise in the global temperature. Why? Because it is normally believed in tropical areas or when temperatures are high, there's a fair chance that one living organism or one species, it becomes extinct or modified to another species. The last news is about Indian Navy's new position as regards Combined Task Force 154. We'll discuss what that is. And last piece of news is very interesting, related to Kerala has become the first state to declare a state microbe. We have state animals, state birds, but for the first time a state has declared a particular bacterium as its first state microbe. Now let's quickly go through the main news, okay? The first main news is about MOSPI released Consumer Price Index, okay? CPI with base year 2024. Just a few weeks ago, we had gone through the proposal that recently we are planning to change the base year. Base year means a benchmark year on the basis of which, as you all know, CPI is actually a retail price changes tracker. How a consumer's good basket, the prices of that changes from month to month or year to year, okay? And we used to follow a very old or obsolete benchmark, which was 2012, okay? Now we're going to use 2024 as the new benchmark, okay? 2024 as the new benchmark. Earlier it was 2012. Now it is no more. And this CPI we are talking about CPI urban, rural and combined, okay? And these indices are released by NSO, which comes under MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. There are also different types of CPIs related to industrial workers. Those are released by Labor Bureau. So let's quickly try to understand why there was a need to change the base year. First of all, we are modern consumers. There are many items which we do not consume anymore. Do you use a DVD player? No. Now we have pen drives, we have streaming platforms. There is no need for a DVD player or CD player. So those items have been removed from the consumer basket. Now we have new items. We have new services which have been included, like OTT services. Okay, and that is how CPI is different from WPI. Okay, which is wholesale price index. CPI measures consumption or price changes at the consumer or retail level. ये रिटेल लेवल पे करता है, ठीक है, ये CPI, एंड WPI होलसेल और प्रोड्यूसर लेवल, ठीक है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंस. CPI डज नॉट टेक इनटू अकाउंट सर्विसेज and sorry, WPI does not take into consideration services, but CPI does. And a question in UPSC prelims was already it has already been asked related to the differences between CPI and WPI. We'll go through that. Let's move to the next slide to understand what all changes have been incorporated. Why there was a requirement, as I mentioned in the beginning, due to changes in household consumption patterns. पहले जो हम खाते थे, इस्तेमाल करते थे, they're no more. Our requirements have changed, so we cannot follow an obsolete benchmark. And ये हमको पता कैसे चला? From this report. Okay, from this particular report. Yes, household consumption expenditure survey हुआ था 2023-24. Survey means it's different from census. We choose a particular sample from a large population. Okay, and from that particular survey we got to know that the Indian consumers of this era, they're consuming different new kinds of products and services. Okay, so that is why there was a requirement. इसके आधार पर हमने change किया. Always remember this last pairs index formula. If a question is asked in UPSC prelims, what is this formula used? Why is this formula used in Indian economy? It is to calculate CPI. CPI आपको पता है, CPI for example a particular price, for example say capital P minus old price divided by old price into 100. This is how we measure a particular change. है ना, किसी का मूल्य था, मान लीजिए द वैल्यू ऑफ दैट कमोडिटी वाज 100 रुपीज, नाउ इट हैज बिकम 120. सो हाउ डू वी कैलकुलेट द चेंज? 120 फाइनल प्राइस माइनस इनिशियल प्राइस डिवाइडेड बाय 100. दिस particular formula is called Laspeyres index formula. It has been simplified. We do not take into consideration one single good. We take into consideration a basket. Basket में there are many goods, more than 300 goods. तो हम कैसे करते हैं? एवरी सिंगल गुड इज गिवन अ वेट. वेट मतलब उसका वैल्यू कितना है हमारे लाइफ में. ओके, एक किताब का वेट अगर मान लीजिए, एंड द टोटल वेट्स इक्वल टू 100. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई डोंट नीड अ बुक एज मच एज आई नीड फूड इन माई लाइफ. दैट मीन्स द वेट फॉर फूड इज ग्रेटर देन वेट फॉर बुक. ओके, सिमिलरली हो सकता है somebody who rarely smokes in life, which is not a good habit, उसके लिए हो सकता है WC. हो सकता है देयर इज अ चेन स्मोकर, उसके लिए WC, वेट ऑफ द सिगरेट इज ग्रेटर देन WB. वो किताब कम पढ़ता है, सुट्टा ज्यादा मारता है. ओके, सो बट वी हैव डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कंज्यूमर्स, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स. हाउ टू रीच वन सिंगल फॉर्मूला? वी टेक इन टू कंसिडरेशन एवरेजेस. एवरेज करके हमने एक मेट्रिक बनाया, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट वी कैलकुलेट CPI. ओके, डन. एज पर दिस न्यू इंडेक्स, इंडियाज जनवरी 2026 एंड जनवरी 2025, इस साल का जनवरी एंड लास्ट के जनवरी के बीच में जो इन्फ्लेशन है दैट इज 2.75%. ओके, इट इज मंथ ऑन मंथ ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर ईयर, दैट इज ईयर ऑन ईयर. जनवरी 2026 अपॉन जनवरी 2025 अगर हम कंपेयर करें, द प्राइसेस हैव रिजन बाय 2.75% ऑन एन एवरेज. रूरल में देखें तो थोड़ा सा कम है, 2.73, and urban में 2.75. So in a way we can say this is the average of the two. This is not necessarily true. We already know that the number of rural consumers is not equal to number of urban consumers. We cannot directly take an average. This is just a coincidence that 2.75 is the average of the other two. Okay. And what all items have been added? Let's know that. OTT ऐड हो गया. अभी हम लोग Amazon Prime, Netflix ये सब देखते थे. Earlier we had no interest because there were no such products or services. Rural house rent, it has increased. Okay, urban house rent पे normally focus होता था because in urban areas and big cities normally places are rented out, not in villages. So this is a new commodity. Again, value added dairy, different types of dairy products. Okay, not just milk, different types of tofu cheese and other types of paneer, cottage cheese, which is already there. We have different types of cheeses also. Okay, and also in CPI, while calculating CPI, we take into consideration or include imported products. Ultimately what a consumer consumes. Okay, हम लोग क्या लेते हैं? Imports. CPI में आता है. बट क्या हम जीडीपी में कैलकुलेट करते हैं इंपोर्ट्स? नो. So CPI is actually a consumer oriented method or metric. That is why whatever a consumer consumes, pen drives ho gaya, babysitting services, these services were not there 15 to 20 years ago, or even if they were there, they're very scarce in nature. That is why the metric did not take into consideration these services. ये 2012 के metrics में नहीं थे, क्रॉस अभी हो गए. रिमूवल क्या क्या कर दिया? दोज थिंग्स दैट वी डू नॉट नीड एनी मोर एज कंज्यूमर्स. ऑब्सोलेट आइटम्स लाइक VCR, DVD प्लेयर. नाउ वी हैव पेन ड्राइव्स. ओके, वी कैन ऑल्सो यूज मूवीज ऑन स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स. अभी कोई पेन ड्राइव भी यूज नहीं करता, ठीक है. आफ्टर फ्यू ईयर्स इवन पेन ड्राइव विल डिसअपियर. टेप रिकॉर्डर्स, ठीक है. टेप रिकॉर्डर आज के ज़माने में कौन यूज़ करता है? इवन आपके पास जो वायर वाले ईयरफोन्स था, दैट इज ऑल्सो ग्रेजुअली गोइंग टू बिकम ऑब्सोलेट, एब्सोल्युटली ऑब्सोलेट. अभी तो हम ब्लूटूथ के ज़माना आ गया, ठीक है. सो द बास्केट्स आर रिवाइज्ड, कंज्यूमर बास्केट्स आर रिवाइज्ड. की मेथोडोलॉजिकल चेंजेस ये तो हम बता ही दिए 2012 से 2024. द ओल्ड सीरीज हैड 299 आइटम्स दैट अ कंज्यूमर कंज्यूम्स, नॉट अ सिंगल कंज्यूमर, कंज्यूमर्स अक्रॉस द नेशन. अभी न्यू सीरीज में वी हैव 358. दीज आर वेरी गुड पॉइंट्स फॉर योर मेन्स. What are the different metrics, how CPI as a metric has changed. Starting from the base year, you can also mention the number of items included and excluded. Online markets previously not included, now covers 12 major online markets in cities with population above 25 lakh. सिर्फ उन्हीं शहरों का लिया गया है, okay, not all over India. Weights of food and beverages, earlier it was very high. Now it has come down to 36.75%. Why? Because now real estate sector is rising in India. The middle class is also rising. Food तो था ही था, okay? Food तो था ही था. अभी real estate sector आ गया. People are purchasing houses, okay? Now there is a law in economics which is called Engel's law. Engel's law says that whenever the income of a particular individual or family rises, the proportion of income spent on food decreases. Once you start to earn more and more, the amount that you spend on food as a percentage of your total income will decrease. For example, आप 10,000 रुपये कमाते थे पहले, okay, and used to eat rice worth ₹100. अभी आपका तनख्वाह हो गया 1 लाख रुपए. Of course, you're not going to start eating like 200 or 300 worth rupees of rice. Rice का amount तो सेम ही रहेगा because you are health conscious, or even if you are not health conscious. तो ये देखिए कितना था पहले, 100 by 10,000, लगभग हो गया 1%. ये कितना हो गया? 0.1%. So this is as per Engel's law. That is why gradually अभी overall if we take into consideration whatever the consumers across India are consuming, food, beverages, their percentage or share is going to decline. Okay, that is why there is a drop in the value. 45 से 36 हो गया. Okay. Different types of CPI I mentioned in the beginning. This CPI revision was related to CPI urban, CPI rural, and CPI combined. Okay, their base year has been revised from 2012 to 24. ये जो होते हैं तीनों के कौन निकालते हैं इसको? these are released by NSO which comes under MOSPI. ये 3 indices. Okay. The other indices like CPI industrial worker, rural worker, and agricultural worker, AWB एक और category है. These are released by Labor Bureau, LB. Labor Bureau which comes under the Ministry of Labor. इनके base years are also different. For example, for industrial worker I think it is 2016 the base year. For rural worker and agriculture it is 2019. You can check that. Okay, but here we are discussing about CPI rural, urban, and combined, which are released by NSO. Understood? Now let's go through a question which was asked in 2020. We have discussed this earlier also a few weeks ago. Now again, I hope you remember the answer. The first statement is the weightage of food in consumer price index is higher than that in wholesale price index. It's true. Okay, it's true. CPI में जो food है उसका weightage high होता है. And also services are included in WPI. not in CPI. So ये correct statement है. The WPI does not capture changes in the prices of services which CPI does. Yes. ये सिर्फ industrial production को देखता है. And services are not taken to are not classified as industrial production or industrial products. So ये भी सही है. Third is RBI has now adopted WPI as its key measure of inflation. ये गलत है. We still use CPI. Okay. Consumer के लिए inflation हम देखते हैं, not for industries. So the correct answer is A. Okay. That's it. Let's quickly move to the other important news, which is a Niti Aayog report, scenarios towards Viksit Bharat and net zero. So just a couple of days ago, we discussed this. This is slightly modified version of the same story. 2070 में हमारा टारगेट है नेट जीरो का, है ना, नेट जीरो, एंड 2047 is the target year for Viksit Bharat, VB, or developed India, in which India wants to become a $30 trillion economy with proper financial inclusion. Okay, so how is it going to happen? You know, for economy to grow, you need power, electricity, energy, okay, power. And what is India's current installed capacity? It is close to 500 gigawatt. Installed capacity, on paper capacity. We do not produce that much power, it is much less than that. Okay, installed capacity 500 gigawatt, 250 almost your fossil fuel based like coal power or petroleum, and 250 gigawatt of installed capacity of renewables. We are doing really well when it comes to installed capacity in renewables. India is at number 4. India is at number 4 in terms of installed capacity for renewable energy sources. Okay. Now this is the current scenario. Okay. Just imagine what is going to happen after 45 years. 2070 हमारा target here है, and 2047 है. That is 22 years from now. India's power consumption is going to increase. Okay. So now we have already decided to reduce our reliance upon fossil sources. Fossil sources down होगा and renewable up होगा. So Niti Aayog wants to give us a roadmap how to proceed further if India wants to achieve these two targets. Okay, that means economic growth in a sustainable manner. Economic growth in a sustainable manner. Okay, that is what the story is all about. Everything boils down to this requirement. Economic growth bhi chahiye in a sustainable manner. Why? There are two targets to be fulfilled. Let's see. What does Niti Aayog expect us to do? That means the government. Niti Aayog is a think tank. Currently, as you can see, 40% of India's GHG emissions is because of electricity sector. Close to 75%. अगर इंडिया में 100 units of GHGs are produced, 75% is because of energy sector. Energy does not just mean electricity. There are other forms of energy also. For example, when you are driving your car or vehicle, okay, that is also taken into consideration as energy. That is also classified as energy. 75% में से हम जो 40% है, that is due to electricity. And some 18% apart from, ये दोनों एक combined है, 18% is due to agriculture, then industry 6%, 10%. So now you can imagine if it's 40%, and as India's population rises, India's urbanization takes place further, the power requirements will rise. And what will be the situation if our reliance upon fossil fuels has not come down? ये तो GSG और बढ़ता जाएगा. And we have promised the entire world that by 2070 we are going to be net zero. इसका मतलब ये भी कम करना है. Current scenario जो power scenario policy scenario CPS, that is 40% है. It is estimated that or it will be 60% around by 2070. Okay, so we have to be very careful and trade in a very careful manner. Installed capacity is going to rise by at least 9 to 14 times. Currently it is 500 gigawatts. So you can say अगर 10 भी मान ले तो 5000 gigawatts हो जाएंगे. Okay, which is a good sign. But what remains to be seen is that what percentage of 5,000 gigawatts will be from non-fossil fuel sources. ये हमको देखना है. Renewables will be 90 to 93% if proper growth has been attained in the renewable sector. By 2070, this is the projection, 90 to 93%. देखते हैं. Storage capacity 3000 gigawatts batteries. Why? Because if you're not using power, then it can be stored instead of power wastage. That also requires a lot of capital, because battery energy storage systems, or BESS, these come under critical infrastructure. They're very difficult to construct. Land requirement, time requirement, okay? And also there is this viability gap which has to be fulfilled. Nuclear power expand होगा, अभी है 8.8 gigawatt out of the total 500 watt. ये हो जाएगा 300 plus, okay, after 25 years. And instead of constructing big power plants, nuclear power plants, we can rely upon small modular reactors which are easy to build. So this can be a game changer. SMR, a question has been asked by UPSC earlier also, small part. Small modular reactors which can be a good replacement for big nuclear power plants or traditional power plants. ठीक है? ट्रेडिशनल पावर प्लांट्स होते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो कुंदन कलम में हुआ था, ठीक है, और नरोरा उत्तर प्रदेश, काकरापाड़ा, दीज आर लाइक बिग पावर प्लांट्स. स्मॉल मॉडुलर रिएक्टर्स आर इजी टू कंस्ट्रक्ट, ओके. They can be manufactured elsewhere in the industry and they can be transported. Unlike traditional power plants, which cannot be transported, it has to be constructed on site. जहाँ पे बनाना है वहीं पे बनाना पड़ेगा उसको. Key recommendations क्या हैं? Take into consideration that India's population is going to rise, urbanization is going to rise, and we have to become a $30 trillion economy. Scale solar, wind, storage hybrids. That means a combination of all the three. Because solar power we cannot rely upon the entire daytime. We have to store the energy received during the day hours. Similarly, wind is actually weather dependent. Only some places in India, they receive heavy winds throughout the year. Otherwise, it is weather dependent. And storage hybrids. That means whenever power is generated in excess, it can be stored. Energy storage systems. Okay. Enable flexible coal operations and repurpose old plants. That means we cannot simply get rid of coal powers. What if the renewable sources are not working? As a backup source, we can use coal power. Coal power to be used as a backup source or a secondary source, maybe tertiary, but not primary. Primary होगा renewables, not primary. ठीक है? Backup. Green energy corridors, transmission lines which carry electricity generated using renewables. That is your green corridor. Implement cost-reflective tariffs and strengthen renewable mandate. You must have seen, it was in the news that we are planning to introduce a new electricity act. The old Electricity Act 2003 is going to be replaced by 2025 Electricity Act, which is under process. And if that comes into being, many traditional problems will be gotten rid of. We will have cost reflective tariff. That means what is the input cost, whatever it is, 10 rupees we are spending, the tariff should be 12 to 15 rupees, not subsidized. Okay. इसके कारण discoms are like facing a lot of trouble. Mobilize climate finance green bonds and PPP models. Okay, financially we are talking about infrastructure. Green bonds are those bonds used to raise money from the public only for those projects which will slow down the process of climate change or global warming. Solar power हो गया, wind power हो गया. Okay. Now the third news is about DSC, Defense Acquisition Council has approved capital acquisition proposals worth rupees 3.6 lakh crore. तो 3.6 lakh जो है करोड़ का project है ये. If you want a better perspective, because we often calculate our GDP in US dollars, this is close to $40 billion. $40 billion. Okay, if $1 इज इक्वल टू 90 रुपीज़, उसी हिसाब से देखा जाए तो, है ना. डिवाइड बाई 10⁻9 कर देना है, फिर डिवाइडेड बाई 90 कर देंगे. ओके. सो कैपिटल एक्विजिशन, दैट मीन्स वी आर गोइंग टू not revenue requirements, fighter planes, helicopters and other defense equipments, not those requirements which are needed on a day-to-day basis. Day-to-day basis में जो चाहिए उसको बोलते हैं revenue expenses. These are capital expenses. ये हो गया फॉर एग्जाम्पल एयरक्राफ्ट फ्यूल हो गया, या फिर शिप का फ्यूल हो गया, या फिर कोई मेंटेनेंस हो गया. नॉट दैट. ये हो गया कैपिटल एक्विजिशन. ओके. सो नाउ everything India is not going to buy, because India believes in indigenous technology, which forms the core of the defense acquisition procedure that we discussed a couple of days ago. Okay, so India will primarily focus on making or getting into partnerships with foreign players, but things will be manufactured here in India. At least 75% of our total requirements should be indigenous as per the Union Budget 2026-27. 75%, बाकी 25% अब्रॉड से हम ला सकते हैं. ओके, लेट्स सी व्हाट ऑल हैव बीन अप्रूव्ड. दिस इज अ टर्म दैट इज डिफेंस एक्विजिशन procedure, that is DAP. Okay, this is DSA, Defense Acquisition Council, which is chaired by Honorable Defense Minister of India, Shri Rajnath Singh. Okay, Honorable Defense Minister. इंडियन एयरफोर्स के लिए क्या क्या अक्वायर करने वाले हैं हम? लेट्स गो. देयर आर 4 इंपॉर्टेंट कैटेगरीज, 3 limbs of the Indian Armed Forces, and 1 is Indian Coastal Guard or Indian Coast Guard, sorry. So for all these departments, some sort of capital is going to be purchased. Aircrafts हो गया, helicopters हो गया. For IAF, that is a twin jet 4.5 generation fighter aircraft, which is a multi-purpose aircraft. Multi-purpose aircraft है. It can get involved in combat exercises. इससे हम बारूद, बॉम्ब सब कुछ फेंक सकते हैं. एट द सेम टाइम इट कैन ऑल्सो बी यूज टू गैदर इंटेलिजेंस. दैट इज अ मल्टीपर्पज. एंड 4.5 जनरेशन, दैट मीन्स 4 से ऊपर एंड 5 से नीचे. 5 मीन्स इट कैन कंप्लीटली हाइड अवे फ्रॉम द रडार. स्टेल्थ टेक्नोलॉजी, इट कैन नॉट बी डिटेक्टेड. 4.5 मीन्स इट हैज द कैपेबिलिटी टू हाइड इट्स signature that cannot detect it using a radar, but not complete stealth technology, which is under 5 generation 5. ये पूरा छुप सकता है रडार से. 4.5 थोड़ा बहुत छुप सकता है. ठीक है. Omni-role capability, that means it can get engaged in air to air, air to ground combats. At the same time, it can also gather intelligence. Omni-role. ठीक है. Air to air, air to ground कॉम्बैट्स, युद्ध में भी लग सकता है ये काम. एट द सेम टाइम प्लस गैदरिंग इंटेलिजेंस. ठीक है. फीचर्स क्या है? लो रडार ऑब्जर्वेबिलिटी, मतलब इसको रडार देख नहीं सकता इतना जल्दी. इट कैन नॉट बी इजीली डिटेक्टेड, बट इट डज नॉट हैव कंप्लीट स्टेल्थ टेक्नोलॉजी. ओके, कैपेबिलिटी जस्ट लाइक जनरेशन 5. Developed by Dassault Aviation, and see, we have planned to buy MRFA, that is multi-role fighter aircraft, 114 in number, 114. उनमें से 18 जो होंगे सीधे फ्रांस से आएंगे. बाकी जो बच गए 96, they will be made in India. The technology is of France, but this technology, which is this company, Dassault Aviation plus Tata Advanced System Services, okay. Tata is an Indian company. ये मिलके बनाएंगे बाकी. Okay, so this is a good step towards indigenization of defense equipments. Similarly, और क्या क्या है देखते हैं. That was for Indian Air Force. अब and this airship based high altitude pseudo satellite, this is for like overall Indian Armed Forces for intelligence gathering. ये ऊपर से देख के ऑब्जर्व कर सकता है, reconnaissance. ठीक है. And what is this? This is neither a satellite, pseudo satellite, nor a drone. Something bigger than a drone and smaller than a satellite, and it will fly at an altitude of 20 kilometers. ये stratosphere में रहेगा. ठीक है. Which is greater than the height at which normal airplanes or aeroplanes fly. Normal aeroplanes हमारे इंडिया में 12 से 14 किलोमीटर तक हाइट पे उड़ते हैं. ये 20 किलोमीटर के ऊपर पे रहेगा. Just like a bigger than a drone. much bigger than a drone but smaller than a normal satellite. Other approved proposals are for Indian Army this Vibhav anti-tank mines, okay, जो tank को control कर सकते हैं और उसको उड़ा भी सकता ही है. This is designed by DRDO and manufactured by DRDO and manufactured by some company, private company called Kalyani Group, as I browse on the internet. ठीक है. Upgrades related to T-72 tanks. Indian Navy के लिए there is another equipment which is a reconnaissance aircraft, not a combat aircraft. ये सिर्फ closely observe करेगा. Indian Coast Guard के लिए electro-optical infrared system for Dornier 2028 aircraft. This particular aircraft was in the news. Again, it is used for reconnaissance. That means intelligence gathering. It can easily see a faraway ship coming from other places. For example, if Pakistan se a ship is coming or a vessel is coming, it can detect it. Dornier. ठीक है. Enhances maritime surveillance capability. ठीक है. In 2025, a question was asked: aircraft or description? Dornier 228. Please try to memorize the names of the aircrafts. They're very difficult to memorize. There is no logic, and sometimes this is a combination of number and name. Okay, so Dornier 228 is again used by Indian Coast Guard and Indian Navy. Maritime patrol aircraft. It is correct. Okay, correct. IL-76, or it's called Ilyushnik or Ilyushnik 76. It is Russian made. Pair 1 में जो था Dornier, that is your, it's a German company, German made. ये वाला Russian made, but it is not a supersonic combat aircraft. Again, it is a transporter. It uses payloads or transports payloads, people and goods from one place to other. It is not used in a direct combat. So that is why it is wrong. C-17 Globe military transport aircraft Master 3. This is manufactured by Boeing, a US company, American, and yeah, it is used in transporting materials and people. It is correct. So 1 is correct and 3 is correct, 2 is not correct. The answer is B. Okay. Now moving to another question which is asked in mains. The aircraft defense or air defense system which we purchased from Russia, just like Iron Dome है Israel के पास, it is much superior to your Iron Dome which is used by Israel. That means whatever missiles come, they can be intercepted and brought down. So S-400 is Russian made, Iron Dome is Israel made. S-400 was purchased by India from Russia and it took a very important part in Operation Sindoor. Who knows, again a question may be asked. So the question was very simple. Is technically superior to any other system presently available in the world. देखिए आयरन डोम जो इजराइल यूज करता है उसमें क्रूज मिसाइल्स को रोकना बहुत मुश्किल है. S-400 कैन डू दैट. ऑल्सो द एरिया कैपेसिटी, द zonal capacity of S-400 is much higher than that of Iron Dome. Okay, you can just pause the video, browse the internet, gather more information, and try to attempt this question. Okay, who knows, S-400 may be asked in the prelims this time. Last time it was in the mains exam. The last main news is about Niti Aayog's second report related to India's technological services. For example, the software services or the data center services and the roadmap for that. What is going to happen in the next 10 years? Because technology is changing. Now it's not just software. Now the current architecture that is in the news is not CPU anymore, about personal computers or servers used for high performance computing. It is GPUs and artificial intelligence. तो अभी रोड मैप कैसे चेंज होने वाला है when the first and foremost, the most important sector which is going to be affected because of the advent of AI is the software sector itself. Software sector को खत्म करने वाला है artificial intelligence. Okay, so how India needs to change its strategy to maximize its contribution from technological services. Let's quickly go through. This roadmap has also been suggested or shared by Niti Aayog, which is a think tank. इनका काम ही यही है कि सोचना है और नए तरीके हमको बताने हैं. Okay. So India's technology services industry, which क्या क्या comprise करता है? All the software services, websites, or data centers. Okay, so these all come under technology services, and India is one of the leading technology services provider, and market share is close to, as you can see, 20 to 22%. Some sources, according to some other sources, the number varies, but it is close to 20 to 22%. What is technological services, tech services, not just services. Okay, the global share India kitna zyada hai, and it accounts for 7% of India's GDP. That means it's very relevant. Close to $300 billion का contribution है to India's GDP. Now the value of India's GDP is $4.2 trillion. तो 300 आप मान लो, कितना हो गया इसका? ऑलमोस्ट 7%. 3 divided by 42 है ना, 1 by 14. 100 लगा लो, 7%, 7.2% अराउंड. टारगेट है हमारा 850 बिलियन by 2035. That means the next 10 years the amount is going to triple from 265 to 850. So what has to be done? It's possible, but because there is a global slowdown after the pandemic, now services imports have taken a standstill. It is not as high as it used to be before 2019-20. Okay? So the potential is like sky is the limit, but how can we reach that true potential? Currently it is, the valuation is $270 billion. I'm talking about Indian technological services. And the value that we want to reach is nearly $850 billion. Okay? Or because we have to maintain our global share, which is close to 20 to 20%. Challenges क्या क्या हैं? Post-pandemic macroeconomic uncertainty, AI-led automation. Now many of the jobs that software engineers earlier used to do, for example, the basic software engineers, they used to be called the entry-level software engineers. Those things can be done by AI models. So we don't need AI engineers anymore, software engineers anymore. So in a way, the workforce has undergone a reduction. Again, there is global slowdown. Okay, there is global slowdown. Risk of 250 to 300 billion revenue shortfall. If we march ahead with the current growth rate, then we won't be able to reach the $850 billion target. We will at max reach $600 billion. तो आप जान सकते हो 600 बिलियन अगर है, टारगेट है 850, तो कितना हो जाएगा? इसको $250 billion का शॉर्टफॉल हो जाएगा if we march at the current growth rate. So 5 priority growth levers have been identified by NITI Aayog, which are agentic AI, that means AI agent, not just generative AI like ChatGPT, but those agents which can help you in a proactive manner. They can connect different apps, आपका WhatsApp plus Gmail plus your ChatGPT, everything can be connected. You don't have to do anything. So that is a job of an AI agent. Software and digital products. Now India basically provides maintenance service, but global companies, they provide their software service. That means we can get a password, an ID, and we can use their platforms and services. Okay, India does that, but its share needs to increase. India's focus is currently on maintenance service, digital infrastructure, develop data and AI infrastructure. That is why India is planning to set up data centers with GPU stacks. Okay, innovation-led engineering, boost R&D, centers of excellence. These are those centers which are led by teams dedicated to a particular frontier technology. Now, India for India solution develop AI multilingual platforms for domestic demand without relying upon imports. बहुत ही basic theme है. The only things that you need to remember is the share of the India's technological services globally and its contribution to India's GDP. That's it. Now let's go through the quick updates. The first one is slightly important, which is about a substantive motion, which has been a notice regarding that has been submitted. The motion has not been passed. If the motion is passed, the leader of opposition of Lok Sabha will be removed. Okay, just like there was another substantive motion which sought the removal of the Lok Sabha speaker. Now this substantive motion is regarding the removal of the leader of opposition of Lok Sabha. Okay. So what is substantive motion? That is the most important thing you need to know. Any parliamentary proceeding requires a motion to go ahead. Without a motion, no parliamentary proceeding can take place. And there are different types of motions. Motions means movement. कुछ चीज को अगर आगे बढ़ाना है, parliamentary debate, you need a motion. And broadly, there are 3 types of motions, and one such motion is substantive, the most important type of motion. The second is substitute, and the third is subsidiary. Any motion that requires the removal or the election of important members requires a substantive motion. ये वाला पहला. Substitute motion means if you want to bring in another alternative form of argument or discussion with the same mudda, you need substitute. उसको replace करके एक नया version. For example, if you are discussing, say, a pond has to be created in a particular village or a state. I'm just citing an example. You said, no, we are not going to create a pond, but we are going to outsource the services. So the main motion was regarding pond, which was substantive. उसको हटा के जो बोलता है, that is your substitute. Subsidiary means anything that supports the substantive motion. So the last 2 motions are minor motions. The most important motion is substantive. And all the resolutions that are passed in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha come under substantive motion. That means all resolutions are motions, substantive motions, but all motions are not resolutions. Okay. तो ये अगर pass हो गया, the leader of opposition can be removed. And that motion is admissible only by the speaker of the Lok Sabha. अभी तो notice गया है, maybe to the Lok Sabha secretariat, then a business day will be allocated to it, then discussion, and then finally it will be passed. If it is passed, then the leader of opposition can be removed. But it's not that easy. There will be a lot of discussion also. This is another interesting piece of news that Kerala has declared a particular bacterium as its state microbe. That means it is beneficial. Okay, it's a good step. For example, every state has a state animal or state bird. West Bengal का state animal क्या है? Fishing cat. Okay, or gaur, that of I think Barasingha, that of UP, if I'm not wrong. So state animals, state birds, okay, but state microbe is something surprising. But Kerala became the first state to declare Bacillus subtilis, which is a bacterium which is found inside our gut and also in the soil, and it serves as a probiotic, which is good for our gut health, and it is also good for soil fertility. Okay, that is all that you need to know. And what is the benefit of this declaration? If a state microbe has been declared, then researches related to further or more benefits can also be conducted. Okay, and it will also encourage other states to declare their own state microbes. India launches National LSD Biobank. LSD is your lysosomal storage disorders. It's a genetic disorder. You know that animal cells have a cell organelle, the nucleus, called lysosome. And lysosome is also called the suicidal bag. Any waste material produced in a cell is consumed by lysosome. At the same time, if a cell is damaged, वो बर्बाद हो गया, तो lysosomes have the capability to destroy a part of the cell or the entire cell. Why? Because it can be very harmful for the other parts of the body. So that cell has to be consumed. That is why lysosomes are very important. They're called suicidal bags for a good reason. They also consume waste products. Now what if the lysosome of a cell is not functioning? What will happen? Then the waste materials built up in a particular cell will keep rising, and that can affect that living organism. Such disorders are called lysosomal storage disorders. Okay, and these are one of the rare diseases. ये एक rare disease है because there is no treatment for this disorder. If it is not prevented, then the ultimate consequence can be death. There are very few treatment techniques. For example, enzyme replacement technique, which is a very costly treatment, not possible on the part of everyone. That is why biobank has been created, so that all the genetic information related to lysosomal disorders can be stored together so that we can conduct researches in the future. Okay, and if several departments or branches put their head together, say pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, and other genetic researchers, then maybe we can come up with easy or cheap solutions. Okay. Next is Indian Navy commands CTF 154, which is, this is a body which comes under another body which is led by the United States. CTF is like your combined task force. It's a group that trains people which are related to navies of different countries, so that stability and security can be maintained in oceans and seas. And this comes under another body which is called Combined Maritime Forces. It has 47 nations and it is led by the United States. इसको लीड करता है यूएस. इसका एक छोटा सा हिस्सा है CTF 154. This task force deals with the Indian Ocean region. ठीक है. So India has taken the leadership, and it is also good for India. It will put India in good stead. Why? India wants the security of the Indian Ocean region. That is why we had a policy called Sagar, security and growth for all. Now we have modified it to Mahasagar. That means mutually benefiting or mutually advanced or holistic Sagar. This part remains the same. Okay, for the stability and security of the Indian Ocean region. तो अगर इंडिया ने इसका लीडरशिप ले लिया तो डेफिनेटली इंडिया कैन यूज इट टू इट्स ओन एडवांटेज. एंड द हेडक्वार्टर्स ऑफ CMF, नॉट CTF. CTF तो एक छोटा सा सब्सिडरी एडहॉक बॉडी हो गया. CMF का जो प्राइमरी बॉडी है विच इज लेड बाय द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, इट्स हेडक्वार्टर्स इज इन Bahrain. Manama is the capital of Bahrain. What is the aim of CMF? The global security, global ocean and sea security. Okay. Gold ETFs surpass equity mutual funds. So mutual funds these are also indirect funds. You don't, mutual funds hota hai kya? For example, you can directly take part in the stock market, or you can buy mutual funds which are based on different stocks, okay, which is a safer tool to invest money in. But again, due to market fluctuations, due to global uncertainty, not only stock market was affected but also mutual fund. That is why people thought it's better to invest in gold. And gold में भी आप physical gold जाओगे तो you have to bother about and think about several factors कि pure है कि नहीं है. You have to go to the market. Instead of that, just sitting in the comfort of your room, you can invest your money in different derivative instruments. So इसमें gold ETFs, because gold का एक property है, gold is always a safer option. It is not easily affected by the global uncertainties. Okay, इसको बोलते हैं एक safer option है as compared to mutual funds. And because the Indian financial market is growing, there's so many people here in India who are investing, especially after the COVID-19 situation, due to growing digitization and digital literacy. So many Indians invested in gold ETFs, gold derivatives, rather than choosing mutual funds, because they prefer safe haven assets, those assets which are not that volatile, जिनका value ऊपर नीचे बहुत जल्दी होता है. Okay, and it's not advisable to invest in only one type of portfolio. Always try to hedge risk. Don't put all your eggs in the same basket. There is a saying that means try to put your eggs in different baskets. एक basket टूट गया तो eggs in the other baskets will remain safe. Mud volcano erupts in Andaman. Mud volcano all follow the same principle that a traditional volcano follows. Okay, there is eruption means a lot of pressure is generated, which the surface finds difficult to bear. तो होता क्या है? The surface breaks and material comes out. But in traditional volcanoes, okay, in traditional volcanoes क्या आता है? Magma आता है. But in mud volcanoes, as the name is suggestive, mud निकलता है. But the driving force is the same, tectonic disturbances. Okay, so Andaman, as we know, has several mud volcanoes. Some and many of them are dormant; they're not active. And this particular mud volcano, which erupted in Diglipur, was also dormant for several years. There were no volcanic activities. But as that region is very close to a plate margin, Indo-Burmese plate, ओके, इंडो बर्मिस प्लेट है वहाँ पे. So tectonically it is active. So although it was dormant, it was not dead. It was not an extinct volcano. Volcanoes तीन टाइप के होते हैं. पहला होता है active, which have erupted in very few years or keep erupting in every few years. Dormant वो होते हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल 20-30 साल 40 साल से इरप्ट नहीं हुए, बट देर इज चांस दैट दे कैन इरप्ट इन फ्यूचर. थर्ड हो गया एक्सटिंक्ट, कोई चांस नहीं इनका इरप्शन का. दिस वॉज अ डॉर्मेंट वॉल्केनो. ठीक है, और इससे निकला क्या? मड विथ सम हाइड्रोकार्बन्स, मिथेन निकला. ओके, मड प्लस मिथेन. नाउ one thing I'm going to say which may sound a little insensitive, which is but true. Geologists, they always look for such opportunities. Actually, volcanoes or volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, these are study grounds or laboratories for geologists. They're very happy. They want to know the inside of the earth, and instead of digging or investing a lot to dig a hole that takes you directly into the earth, it's better to wait for materials that come out of Earth's inside. Okay, and volcanoes give you a very good platform. So that is why it's going to help the geologist to understand the nature of that region further. That's it. UPSC के लिए इतना काफी है. The next news is about a mangrove species, animal species which is called clam. Before we discuss this news, you just need to know how clams look. आप oyster देखे हो in movies and TV series. People also consume. People eat this also. दिस इज द आउटवर्ड शेल. इसके अंदर एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है. ठीक है, ये एक हो गया कोनिकल डायग्राम, ये भी एक हो गया. इसके बीच में जो रहता है, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये दो शेल्स होंगे, इसके बीच में एक एनिमल रहता है विच इज सॉफ्ट टिश्यू. ये तो हार्ड पार्ट हो गया, इसके बीनीथ में रहता है सॉफ्ट टिश्यू. दीज आर रिमूव्ड एंड द सॉफ्ट टिश्यू इज ईटन. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट, ड्यू टू ओवर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन एंड ओवर हार्वेस्टिंग, मैंग्रोव क्लैम्स, their population had come down. Okay, that is why captive breeding had to be done to make sure that the population is grown in a controlled manner. ठीक है, तो अभी देख लेते हैं कहाँ कहाँ पे हो रहा है ये. सॉरी, इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन में होता है. एंड सेंट्रल मरीन फिशरीज रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट विच इज बेस्ड इन केरला, it is doing captive breeding of this particular species, mangrove clams, oysters, clams, cockles. Okay, in TV series you must have seen. So these are all edible marine animals. The scientific name is Gylonia erosa. You don't need to memorize that. These are also known as mud clams. हो सकता है यूपीएससी कभी पूछ ले कि a particular species, it was in the news, which is undergoing captive breeding by CMFRI based in Kerala. Which of the following species is that? Mud clam आ सकता है उसमें. ठीक है. The next news is again related to environment and very important for anthropology students also, especially biological anthropology, because we study evolution in that. And evolution is actually what? It's a slow process, and evolution is a very continuous process. We cannot see one living organism transforming into another living organism. It's a very slow process. That is how mammoths, which were earlier mammoths, they became elephants as we know and see today. So now this is a continuous process, but due to climate change, this species turnover means the transformation of one species to other. अगर एक मिट जाता है उसकी जगह पे 3 और स्पीशी आते हैं. This process has slowed down due to climate change, due to rising temperatures. But this is very counterintuitive, because it is normally believed when temperatures rise, diversification of species takes place. That is why tropics are more diverse than the tundra region and the temperates. Why? There is a belief, as per certain valid researches, there is a concept called Red Queen hypothesis. That means tropical climatic zones are more conducive for the diversification of species. But temperature तो बढ़ रहा है अभी, global temperature. I'm not just talking about the tropics, but also that of the entire globe. But species turnover नहीं हो रहा है. So this is as per a new research. इससे आपको जानने के लिए क्या जरूरत है? फॉर द मेन्स आंसर यू कैन जस्ट सिंपली राइट कि दिस इज एन इकोसिस्टम स्ट्रेस सिग्नल because species turnover has slowed down. And there is one important fact that you can memorize. I have highlighted it in yellow. Red Queen hypothesis, which says that I don't know how we reach this particular name. It's a very interesting piece of name. And as per this hypothesis, in the tropics, there is a fairer chance of species diversification. Okay, and it was proposed by Van Vallen. But what we are seeing today is something that contradicts this particular theory or hypothesis. Okay, species turnover agar aa sakta hai definition, what is a species, what do you mean by species turnover? That means transformation of one species to other. We have reached the end. So again, digital current affairs of Vision IAS, try to enrich your current affairs knowledge, and now 6 questions will flash on your screen. Do take them. Wish you all the very best.